Welcome to the Creative Brew, helping you keep your creative juices brewing. We're giving out chunks of insight, motivation, and practicality for your creative journey. If you're a creator, athlete, or entrepreneur, luck can only get you so far. Having the right skill sets are critical in your success. All Skill No Luck makes handcrafted, custom designed flannel wear, made in the United States and based here right in Oceanside, California. They pride themselves on quality, creativity, and attitude. The perfect brand for the Creative Brew. Use promo code CreativeBrew10 and get 10% off and free shipping within the United States. You can check them out at allskillnoluck.com. My next partner is Elevate Coffee Trading, and if you appreciate specialty coffee, enjoy outdoor adventure, and love helping elevate the lives of children around the world, then you're going to love Elevate Coffee Trading. Their mission is to extract hope through love, coffee, and adventures. There's free shipping in the United States, and every bag of coffee helps sponsor health and education for children in coffee-producing countries and in areas of need in the United States. You can use promo code Elevate21 on your next order, and you can follow their journey on social media at Elevate Coffee Trading. Or you can visit online at elevatecoffeetrading.com, and let's start extracting hope together. And this episode is brought to you by Baba Coffee, smuggling good vibes. Baba roasts their coffee beans each week and only offers the freshest coffee. They have espressos, lattes, cappuccinos, pour over, or drip coffee. You can try their cold brew coffee, nitro cold brew, or bulletproof coffee, and boba milk teas. They also have a wide assortment of delicious food. I would suggest you try the avocado toast, mimosas, wine, or beer. On the weekends, you can check out some great music like the Soto Six and food like Eliza the Shelf and others over the weekend, every Friday and Saturday, beginning at 6 p.m. You can check out everything they got going on Facebook and Instagram at Baba Coffee. And welcome to a new episode of the Creative Brew, giving you insights on your creative journey. Today, we have a great friend of mine, someone that I met through Humanity Showers, awesome artist. And I tried trying to bring on some more local creators, especially in the Oceanside Carlsbad area, and then at the same time too, also trying to do some more in-person recording. So thank you for Baba Coffee for allowing me to be able to record again, and they're a great supporter of the show. Today we got Marcos, and he is an amazing. I don't know if you've ever seen his artwork, and like I said, I'll be promoting it more. But he's got an amazing style. I love the style, love the artwork. He's got, he does really a variety of things, and he'll probably, Mark will probably tell you a little bit more as far as what he does. But from doing charity work, art therapy work with community showers, to doing art exhibits, everything in between. So I want to introduce Marcos. Marcos, you can share your story, and we'll go from there.
You're really, really sweet. Thank you for all of that. Great praise. Well, I guess it really started in sometime in high school. I took an art class just really to have the thought it was like free credit, easy, draw some pictures and yeah, get it over with. But it ended up being this multimedia class, which I absolutely fell in love with because it was just being able to work with really a little bit of everything and kind of like tying it all together. That really was kind of where it started for me. And I kind of let it go for a few years until adulthood, really, when I kind of picked up art, kind of forgot about it for a little bit. And honestly, I think it was because of COVID. I feel like COVID, it was like an awakening for a lot of people. It gave people the time to really focus on hobbies. I was still working through COVID, but I was mostly doing like dispatch work. So I was on the phone. I was in the back room all the time, not really interacting with people. So it gave me time to just kind of start doodling, in my free time, my downtime where I'm on the phone with someone and I'm just, drawing pictures and there were just like these crazy little characters, like I feel like everybody starts drawing like the eyeballs, and
Yeah.
that's where it starts for everybody. You know, they draw that one really good eye.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, I just kept going and going and going, and eventually I just I don't know, just started picking up like different mediums, and I don't know, it kind of I really it just kind of ended up where I am now. You know, one thing led to another. But I feel like for the most part, that's where it started, is that back room
Yeah.
with little to no interaction with people.
Now, as far as even now with your style, I said, me personally, I started out with more of a sketchy style. I always did doodles and stuff like that, like in, even in elementary, middle school, high school. And I've seen, and I know I'm a big fan of your work. I usually watch it, and the evolution of it now, and even doing some of the art exhibits now. What do you sort of see your art style for sort of evolving? I didn't know if you had like, I know you have I could tell you've created all these, like a whole catalog of different characters and scenes. I didn't know where you sort of see that. I didn't know if you're trying to build a story around it or a world, or I didn't know.
I see. Okay. Um, so the so the it kind of started with the little like black coyote.
Yeah.
I called Yote. Uh, and that one, it's kind of a funny story, but I was with my employers and we were doing this drum journey. I know. And I kind of had this vision of this black coyote basically like killing an owl.
Yeah.
And from there, I just couldn't get that black coyote out of my head. So I just started drawing like a little cutesy version of it, because I can't draw like super realistic things.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's sort of where it began. And then I just keep drawing, and then I started drawing more characters, and then I'm just like, oh, I really like this guy. And then I just keep drawing him again.
Yeah.
But it really just started just for the sake of simplicity. And yeah, now I have some reoccurring ones. Every now and again, I'll remember if someone I used to draw and then kind of forgot about them. I'll bring them back for another little picture.
Okay.
But I used to draw with like pencil.
Yeah.
And then I remember like I would take so long to draw anything because I like needed to be perfect, and so I really wanted to draw like anime characters, right? I don't want to say like super into anime, but I liked anime.
Yeah.
And it seemed easy enough, but that never went anywhere because I just couldn't get the anatomy right, and I would draw and then erase and draw, erase and draw, and then I would just get frustrated and stop drawing. So then I just made the jump to like a pen and then like bold Sharpie, and just started to learn to work with my mistakes and try not to go back on anything.
Yeah.
So now it's a lot of fun because you start in like one little area and then you just work around it and keep adding. And if I make a mistake, I'm just like, well, now I'll just keep draw over it, or and now it's a lot of fun. And but
it's sort of weird because I know I've been the way that my personal art style. I've always been sort of realistic comic book style artwork, and like even for the even for your own personal style, like the things that I see that you create, like I couldn't reduce it down that much to be able to do that. Like I love the style, but it's so hard for me to do something like that as opposed to me like on the actual realistic wolf.
right.
But the style, it's sort of it's amazing. It's just like it's one of those where it's still a wolf, but for to be able to I wouldn't necessarily copy that style, but be inspired by it, because I love the sort of the bold simplicity of it, and at the same time it's got its own energy and life to it. It's just one of those where it's like, wow, I couldn't do that. Like,
Well, thank you.
but you tell me to go some kind of realistic wolf with wings and everything. Yeah, I can do that. But so it's crazy. It's crazy. That's why I'm a big fan of seeing everybody's sort of art styles and seeing, really just sort of seeing their perspective on different things. It's like the way I create something that's completely different from the way you do it, and even from other creators around here, like everybody has their own, style. And it's sort of amazing to see. From being a fellow creator, and I don't know if you've had this issue before, as far as like, even what you feeling like, do you feel personally like there's competition, or do you feel like, hey, I am here to be more of a collaborator with various people doing projects? I know you're doing the art exhibits now, but I didn't know if you ever felt that, felt like where it's more competition than it is like me wanting to be a collaborator and focusing on amazing projects. I didn't know how you felt about
Right.
that.
I love collaborating. And really, I think if you're, I don't feel like there's competition. Mainly because again, a lot of people have their very like unique styles,
Yeah.
and then when they are very genuine to themselves, I feel like you're not really competing because it's
Yeah.
somebody's totally unique and different style.
Yeah.
And it's just so much more fun when you're able to, instead of like compete with each other, build community and kind of come together
Mhm.
and lift each other up, opposed to trying to be like better one another.
Yeah.
Um, but again, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little friendly competition.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I know I can look at other people's artwork and like, oh, I was like, what? Like, I didn't think of that. Or like, I can sit there and like, oh wow, I like how they use that color. And like, okay, maybe I could do that with some of my artwork, or be inspired by something like that. But even now, I mean, I know, being in the design field, it could be really uh, highly competitive. Even in the freelance space where you got everybody trying to get certain projects, or just to even trying to create a full time career out of it,
Yeah.
which is hard enough. I think I found myself using the podcast is more like even creating the podcast. It allowed me to be more collaborative. To where it
Right.
used to, I think starting out, I would be like, if I had another designer or something come up to me and ask maybe like, hey, how did you get your first client? I would, me back then, I'd probably be like maybe a little bit apprehensive as far as like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to show how I did it. Now I'm like, yeah, I'll help you out.
Yeah.
And I think doing this podcast sort of helped me to create that sort of collaborative space. I feel like uh, I'm not really in any kind of competition with anybody. I mean, I think
Right.
everybody has their own style. Everybody has, their clients that they work with, or maybe people they would love to work with. And I think now being confident enough to be like, I'm not for everybody. And knowing that, to where, maybe it's some people that would approach me, I would be like, no, I can give you to someone else. I mean, I can send you someone else that can help you out that might be a better fit. But there's specific people that I want to work with now. And I'm now being confident enough to be like, no, I don't have to take everything because I'm not for everything.
Right.
And I know because I can be a people pleaser. I know that I've said yes to projects to where I know I shouldn't have done it, and it's come back to bite me in the butt. So, PSA for anyone that listens to this, you're not for everyone. But for those clients that you resonate with, you're gonna be that one person. You're gonna be that everything for that one person. So don't feel like you have to go for everybody. You'll have your own audience. There will be people that you're going to connect with, that you're going to vibe with, and those are the clients for you.
Amen. Amen to that. Yeah. And I want to add to that, just again, back to like the uniqueness of people. And I'll see this a lot in the art therapy sessions that I kind of go through. Is you give everybody the same instructions, the same guidelines, and they'll go wildly different ways. And so again, just there's different minds and personalities and styles and stories that go into that work. And again, I do feel like everybody just, same guidelines, different outcomes.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing. I love seeing it.
So right now, I mean, what things inspire you right now? I mean, I know you. I know you're always doing a lot of different things. I guess you sort of have to out here. But what gets you up in the morning?
You know, I think definitely is, well, being able to create and really like do things that I want to do. It's like it's as simple as that. There's this song that I really like, and and the line goes, I don't do things that I don't want to do. I just do as I please.
Oh,
It's Roger Miller.
okay.
Love his music. But I think about that a lot, and it really is just I wake up every day and I kind of think about what I want to do that day.
Yes.
And it's right now learning to sew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have noticed, and I think I just saw it online where you just sold a jacket. It was, I don't know if it was something was it a jacket that you sewn, or maybe you had some artwork on.
Both.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I didn't know if you sewed. I didn't know if you sewed it or you gave it to you give it to Red.
I did. I gave it to Amy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw that jacket. That jacket was pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you. I had taken a few like articles of clothing and cut them up and then stitch them into a jacket. But so originally I was screen printing and I really love screen printing. I totally fell in love with it. And I was kind of looking for the next thing to kind of add to that, and making custom clothing was that.
Yeah.
I was gifted a sewing machine. Shout out Joey, thank you. And again, just completely fell in love with it, and just being able to add my artwork to these custom pieces of clothing that I make out of other clothing has just been such a joy. You know, it makes me so happy when I've taken some dirty jeans and I've cut them up and turned them into something new. Like this jacket here, made this one too.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it's all pants and yoga pants. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, so it's you're still kind of learning. You know, it's a little crude right now, but I even have a
I know.
little,
I think fruit is in right now.
let's see. I don't know if you can see my little logo in the back there,
That's
but
cool.
but it's been fun.
Yeah. Man, so how does it feel? I mean, I know sometimes we can get into our little creative runs at times. But what does it feel like whenever say for you, you're starting to sew and you're starting to use some of the skills that you already have to create something, or maybe jump into something wildly different. How does that feel for you? I didn't know, because sometimes you have people that they got their ways of creating certain things, and sometimes they have to have certain limitations, parameters. And then some people love to just be able to experiment, mix and match. I'm one of the ones. I'm an experimenter, so I love to be like, okay, maybe me being more digital, I would love to go to something more handheld. That's why I started doing a lot of the coffee cups. Do something drastically different. So for you, how did that? I didn't know how you feel about that. Like, how does your mind process whenever you're sewing something completely? You're doing something completely different. I didn't know how that process for you creatively.
To me, it's invigorating. I love to learn. And I do feel like when I stick to one medium for too long, I'll kind of just get, I don't want to say bored, but I'll experience some kind of fatigue. So sometimes I do see it as a little bit of a hindrance, because it's like I can't stick to like one medium specifically. I have to, jump onto the next thing. And I think that's just something that I have to work on, and it's learn to commit a little more than just kind of hop onto the next thing as soon as. And I do want to say, like, screen printing has been one of those things that I've stuck with for so long. And I've continued to improve and learn, and I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty confident in my abilities to make screens and do all the
Awesome.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's included in it.
I know. I actually even coming out of college, I actually started in screen printing. So I was doing a lot of I've always done a lot of artwork in the screen printing industry, but knowing the process, that actually sort of helped me out, even just going and working with my own clients. A lot of them are looking for, they need apparel done and need certain things done, and having the knowledge and skills to be able to be like, okay, I can get this, produced if I need to. So I think now, I mean, for any creator, I think something you're doing really well is just learning how to collect skill sets. Knowing how to screen print, knowing how to sew. Obviously you got your own. You're already doing your own, illustrations and artwork. But collecting skills and knowing that you could apply, those skills,
Right.
across various mediums. I mean, that's the way to go. And I try to tell a lot of even when I go to classes, or even I'm speaking to a lot of different media classes, is just learning how to experiment, and I know in your case, just learning how to follow breadcrumbs. I'm still like you, where my mind, once I go down that rabbit hole, I start trying out new things.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, I think it's more of just following the breadcrumbs. Like you would honestly, I think you wouldn't go down that path if somehow intrinsically, like, it was going to take you somewhere. Now I could see, like, hey, maybe you get to a certain point, like, okay, this is, like, obviously I'm not good at this, but for you to keep going, and like I said, you're obviously producing jackets. I think those breadcrumbs sort of lead to something else wildly different than what we can imagine.
Yeah.
So I do urge people to follow breadcrumbs. Don't feel like you have to be set in hey, this is what I do. You got the freedom to experiment.
That's, I think it is really important, because again, you might find something that you really like, and even if you're not good at it at first, like, just keep working at it. And again, it's just fun to learn things, and just again, the possibilities just open up the more, like, different, like, types of skill sets you have, and the more you can experiment with that. And again, it's just more fun.
Yeah.
Definitely improves, they kind of improve each other, uplift the other skill, I guess, elevates them.
So even with, I mean, obviously you do a lot of volunteer work with Humanity Showers here. For people who don't know about Humanity Showers, they actually do a lot of work with the homeless, resources, providing showers throughout the week. And Marcos is the art teacher there, and being able to really help a lot of people sort of express their feelings and emotions on canvas. How has that been? How, sometimes, you obviously, I do volunteer work there too. So sometimes you do get your characters, but I didn't know how that personally for you, how that's been.
I absolutely love it. I'd expanded outside of Humanity Showers to kind of like run classes elsewhere, mostly like senior centers. And I've found that that going to the actual Humanity Showers events were my personal favorites. Like, I just love to be there, because it's just a fun community. We're just kind of drawing together. It helps me just also set some time apart to just kind of draw and just practice, different. I'm practicing portraits right now, so it gives me time to practice that. But yeah, it just kind of feels like a big hangout session, and we're just all drawing and painting, and just kind of seeing what everybody else is doing. And it's been really awesome seeing some of the folks like develop their own artistic skill set as well, opposed to the actual, like, I do more guided kind of experiences at like senior centers, and every now and again at like an event, and those are fun too. I enjoy them, but I found that definitely the most enjoyable ones are the ones with Humanity Showers. I did have to take a break from everything else. Like, I put a pause on all those classes, and I was just happy doing my Wednesday and my Friday classes with them. But yeah, I love it. Love it.
Good deal. So right now, I mean, creative tips. What is a creative tip or tips for our audience?
I think we covered that one. Never stop learning. Just jump into different mediums, try something new, just kind of see where that takes you. I mean, you never know. You might find something that you really enjoy doing, or you might find a medium that just elevates your main medium, I guess.
And then like I said, I know you usually you're pretty good about posting out different events and other things. What do you have going on, maybe on the horizon? I didn't know if you had any kind of art events or anything, collaborative events going on coming up soon.
There was was trying to plan and get together an art event, but that one's kind of been put on hold. Just all like the event planning. While I do again enjoy doing it, I wanted to take a break from that as well and focus a little more on just producing more art and more doodles, drawing, getting some of the other projects a little more set up. Um, Finding ways to raise money for the art table as well. I'm always in need of like supplies, and I'm trying to find ways to make that a little more like self-funding, so that I'm not really asking for donations. It's more of it pays for itself, and then I can give away all the art equipment that I want to give. On top of that, again, just trying to develop myself a little more as a creator with the clothing and whatnot, and trying to get that up and running as well.
Okay.
But yeah, for now, events are on hold until further notice. But
yeah, I mean, we can't do everything. I guess it'd be awesome to, have your own little personal assistant. You can sit there and create different events.
I wish.
What would be the perfect scenario for you?
Everything was free and I didn't have to worry about a thing. I could just do whatever I wanted. That'd be the ideal situation. But yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, so I mean, before we sign off, I mean, what are some words of wisdom? What's something that that would resonate with people's minds and hearts and spirits, and maybe something that maybe when they listen to this, next week or maybe a year from now, and they end up discovering Marcos, what's something you can give the audience?
That's a good one. That's a good question. Wake up ready to make yourself and the people around you happy. I don't know. Do things that you like. Do things that you don't every now and again. But for the most part, you're alive one time. Do things that you love.
Like that. I like it. So what's the best way for people to get in touch with you? Maybe getting on these crazy jackets, artwork, maybe donating to the to your art therapy and charity. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's BAD0CO. Website is working on that. That should be up and running hopefully soon, because I need a place to put all the jackets and whatnot. But Instagram, for the most part, best place to find me.
Awesome. Well, hey, this has been another awesome episode with Marcos. Thank you for Baba Coffee for allowing me to be able to record once again. We're going to be doing some more in person, so this is awesome. Like I said, awesome supporter. Matter of fact, they have live music and food every Friday. And I believe this Friday they may have Elizabeth Shelf, one of my favorite shelves around here. Then they got music with this Soto Six, one of my favorite little jazz groups. And so yeah, come by, check it out. Starts at 6 o'clock on Friday. But yeah, they always have different people actually over the weekend too. Different musicians, different food trucks, shelves coming in. So support your local coffee shops. Do what you can do. And like I said, especially support Baba. So they've been a great supporter of the show. So likewise, I want to give that back out. Come by, check it out. Awesome atmosphere. Even if you want to work, hang out, grab a coffee, grab some wine. They got food. I would suggest the avocado toast from here. It's awesome. So yeah, so just check it out. But that's all I got. This has been another great episode. Oh, if you want to check this episode out, this will be available on YouTube. Full episode will be released here soon on my YouTube page, and then the podcast version will be on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're a business or brand and you're interested in advertising on the show, I've got packages for that too as well. So other than that, hey, this has been another great episode with me, with Marcos. This is the Cradle Brew. Be cradle, stay inspired. All the wins and the outs and the smiles and frowns. They will tell you, settle down, stay on the ground. But no, I won't take it. No, we won't take it.